Yeah, welcome back to the channel, my beautiful people. I trust that everyone is having a wonderful day today, guys. Metal R Head Reacts. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So, guys, welcome back to another reaction video. And on today's agenda, we're going to be diving into Cleveland, Ohio's 1986 balloon disaster. Wow. And guys, just by the look of that, I could tell you already the outcome of this. Now, the balloon fest, guys, was supposed to be, you know, well, it is a memorable day, you know, but a fundraising event that aimed to break a world record by releasing 1.5 million helium-filled balloons into the sky. Wow. But that turned out to be a disaster. Well, guys, some of you, you guys know more about this than I do, so please feel free. My 9-year-old son was the one who told me about this, so you know, guys, I had to take a look at it. This is my first time seeing this one, and you know, I just want to just go for this and discuss. All right, so I'm excited to see how that goes, so you guys know more about this than I do. Please feel free to leave your suggestions, engage the audience, because you know that's what we're all about on the channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and your families. So without any further ado, let's dive right in.
In 1986, 1.5 million balloons were released in downtown Cleveland.
Yay! And we're all gonna clean it up.
This was meant to be a charity fundraiser and a way to put the growing city of Cleveland on the map. But instead of being remembered as an impressive spectacle, it would go down in history as a fatal disaster.
Oh!
The event was called Balloon Fest, and it was Cleveland's way of trying to rebrand. You see, at the time, they had a pretty rough reputation, which was exemplified by its well-known nickname. City leaders wanted to prove that Cleveland wasn't a mistake, and that it was well on its way to becoming a world-class city. The previous year, Disneyland had claimed the Guinness World Record for the biggest simultaneous balloon launch. And for some reason, the city leaders thought that outdoing Disneyland was the perfect way to start cleaning up Cleveland's image. Soon after, the United Way of Cleveland developed their ambitious plan to launch nearly 1,500,000 balloons over the city. The event required 6 months of planning, including the construction of a net the size of a city block. It took thousands of volunteers hours to fill the balloons. And finally,
so the volunteers, I hope they took part in cleaning up the place as well, because I could see all these balloons going up, and guys, the disaster, you know, that's about to take place there, you know, it's unimaginable. All right, let's continue watching.
Finally, on September 27th, 1986, the day of Balloon Fest arrived. As these final preparations were underway in downtown Cleveland, a very different story was unfolding just to the east on Lake Erie. The previous night, a severe storm had rolled through the area.
Do want to remind everybody in part of Ohio, we continue with that severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m.
And about an hour before the storm, 2 men had gone out fishing. On the morning of the 27th, the day of Balloon Fest, the 2 men were reported missing by their families. Their boat was found abandoned on the lake, and authorities suspected that the men had fallen overboard because of the weather. The Coast Guard immediately began a search and rescue operation. Meanwhile, in Cleveland's public square, over 100,000 people had gathered to witness the balloon launch. The organizers were pleased that last night's storm had cleared in time for the event to go forward. But as the day wore on, the weather once again took a turn for the worse. A major windstorm was closing in, but the balloons were already filled and ready to go. Rescheduling at this point would be near impossible. So instead, they released the balloons ahead of schedule.
4, 3, 2,
Oh my god, man. So, due to the change in the weather, I'm guessing that the balloons came back down. Wow.
There was no doubt about it. The launch was spectacular. It was a tremendous moment of triumph for the city of Cleveland. But unfortunately, this moment of triumph did not last long. The expectation was that the helium-filled balloons would float around for a while before eventually deflating and returning to Earth one by one. But that wasn't what happened.
And the wind has just shifted just enough that the balloons are now trailing fast.
This is beautiful. The balloons are coming back this way.
They're coming back.
Cold air and oncoming rain immediately pushed the still inflated balloons, tens of thousands of them, back down towards the ground in droves. The result was mass chaos.
Balloons, 1.5 million
The water
caused quite a stir in Cleveland yesterday. It was part
A
of
northerly wind quickly carried the balloons to Burke Lakefront Airport, and within minutes, the runways were so clogged that all flights had to be suspended. The balloons also started to descend on certain streets.
And nobody was
After
charged for that?
A number of car accidents, these roads had to be closed until a bulldozer arrived to clear out the balloons.
What?
As all this was going on, the Coast Guard
Oh.
was still out looking for the two missing fishermen.
Ironically, that big balloon launch in Cleveland today is one of the things that's making this search so tough for the Coast Guard.
Balloons had descended on Lake Erie in massive quantities.
Oh,
60% of the
shit.
balloons launched landed here instead of the planned 10%.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack here.
Can you imagine trying to find somebody floating out here or even spotting a life jacket with all these balloons on the water?
On September 29th, 2 days after the balloons were launched, the Coast Guard finally called off the search for the two missing fishermen. And shortly after, both men's bodies washed ashore. Balloon Fest
Oh.
was featured in the 1988 edition of the Guinness Book of World Records. However, that was the only edition to include it. And shortly after, Guinness ended the category of balloon launching altogether.
Alright, so I'm gonna keep this right here. You know, guys, look how quickly things just turn around and everything just went wrong. You know, just a sudden shift in the weather that brought rain and cooler temperatures, causing the balloons to drop back down to Earth much sooner than expected. Wow, now instead of floating away, you know, the balloons descended over Cleveland and the surrounding areas, clogging streets, waterways, you know, and even the airport. And guys, flights had to be postponed, you know, and you could imagine the damage, you know, the damage, the water, the ocean, well, not the ocean, the lake, and how far back these balloons went. Because Ohio, okay, Cleveland, I think these balloons got all the way maybe through Canada, knowing how close this was. This probably got all the way to Canada, you know? Now, the impact that is very severe, you know, because the balloons just disrupted air traffic, you know, on the international airport, you know, clogging waterways, interfering with the Coast Guards when they were searching for the two missing fishermen that had gone missing on the Lake Erie. Now, I would say tragically, the balloons made it nearly impossible to locate them, you know, visually and because they were all on the water, all different colors, yellow, white, black, blue, green. And if these guys have life jackets, the life jackets are orange and they would have orange, so it would be so hard for them to detect. Oh my god. Well, at least they found the two missing fishermen. They washed up on the shore, you know, but they were pronounced they were deceased. So you know, I still gotta say, man, this is my first time seeing this, and I have to say condolences to the family. And well, probably if they were notified sooner, they would probably been saved. But what can I say? Well, you guys know more about this than I do, so guys, you know, just please feel free to leave your suggestions. Fill me in with some more information about this whole incident, and I hope they happen to break the record, or it just didn't happen at all. And I could picture the amount of people that were out there cleaning up the places. Oh, all right. So you guys know more about this than I do. Please feel free to leave your suggestions. Engage with the audience, because this is what we're all about on the channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and your families. So sit back, relax, see what I got coming up next, because I have some amazing content coming for you. So stick around for that, guys. All right. So I'll see you back. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, guys, and don't forget to share the love, not the hate. Peace out. Till next time. I love y'all.